Yo, sorry about that.
It's okay.
I appreciate you though, Torie, for being patient with us while we work out these technical difficulties, man. First it was the camera, we wasn't set up on time. Then the battery. We here though, man. We gonna make this happen. We got a special guest today, as I just mentioned. We have Torie in the building. Torie, owner of Hair's Barbershop on Frankstown Road. Welcome.
I don't own it.
Rewind it.
I don't own it. I just work there.
She gonna own it one day. You know what I'm saying? She gonna own it or own her own shop. You know what I mean? Like you gotta speak it into existence. So that's what we finna do today. We don't even gotta cut it back. You know what I mean? Because it's real. You know what I mean? Like you gotta claim it. You claiming it?
Absolutely.
I bet. And then she gonna have 15 workers in there, and she ain't gonna be at work. She gonna be on vacation somewhere, right?
So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna rewind it even more because I don't think they know who we are.
I said I'm Kay and Chaz.
I don't remember saying that.
All right, well I introduced both of y'all. That's what happened. That's what the 2 to 3 was. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's working out. Torie, talk to us. How you doing this evening?
I'm
you know,
doing good.
how was your day? How you feeling?
I'm feeling real good now. I was a little nervous, but we here. We good.
Nah, don't be nervous, man. We just gonna have a conversation. We're gonna give the people what they want. We're gonna talk about business, make it educational. And you just get to talk your ish for like a good hour. You know what I mean? So as long as you're talking your ish, I mean, I think it's gonna be a good episode.
I mean, we allowed to cuss because I cuss like a sailor.
You could curse. I mean, it's your episode.
So
You
my
know
guys
what I
can
mean?
talk my shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
You already know. We here. We live, man. So bro, you doing good too?
Doing real good.
Matter of fact, I know this is your podcast, your episode. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I think the bro got a good announcement. You know, to be 2 good things that happened today. I think we not gonna do that.
Just know that my tutoring company is definitely about to take some big leaps. So shouts out to everybody that supported me. Shouts out to me for being diligent and resilient to do what I need to do. And we just gonna keep it pushing. And this sound low.
Yeah, it should sound low. Your cord fell out, bro. Where's your look on the floor? Look on the floor. Oh, right up top. Say, I don't hear no levels for you. That's crazy because it's jumping though. How is it jumping and it's not even? Yo, go ahead. You can talk.
Yo.
There you go, bro. There you go. What, I thought we did a sound check, bro.
So did I. I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened, but maybe I was picking up on the next one.
Probably was.
Yeah, definitely.
Anywho,
Go ahead, bro.
Before the mic try to cock block, SC Strategy, OD, gay. SC Strategies is definitely making some good leaps. Shouts out to everybody that's been supporting me. And shouts out to me, like I said. So I'm not gonna really announce anything until the ink is dry.
Yes,
and
sir,
then
yes,
we're gonna keep it pushing.
But good luck with that, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man. Out here doing good things for the community. So so Torie, back to you. Sorry about that, but I just thought, we got to spread positive news, positive energy. But bro, you however you want to start it, bro.
Yeah, so Torie, thank you for coming to the podcast. Appreciate you jumping on the opportunity when I brought it to your attention. So we're just gonna go from there. So you recently graduated from school.
Yes.
Right.
I graduated from Cosmetologist school in October. Oof. It was a long, long road. 1.5 years. Would not recommend. Don't go to Belly. Sorry. Don't like
Ooh.
them. Yes. Little shade. I'm
Shots
sorry.
fired.
But yeah, a little bit. But I made it through. I did.
Yeah.
Still being me. I'm a Loctician, so I don't really do all of the styles. I don't do the perms, the relaxers, the wigs, the weaves. I don't unfortunately do that.
But you're a barber too, right?
Yes, I do cut hair.
Nice.
I do all men's everything because we got to cater to our guys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I love
sir.
it.
And I have 6 brothers, so that was kind of like my whole
Yeah,
Six
yeah.
brothers. Yeah, that's a lot.
a lot of
Any
brothers.
sisters?
One sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your parents? How old are your parents?
My mom is 52. My dad would have been 50 this year, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everyone's
Okay.
turning
Okay.
50
Shouts
this
out to
year.
them.
Yeah.
You got young parents.
Yes, very
Definitely young.
Everybody
You
always
said
say
8 kids. You said 8. I was like, oh, they
You
gotta
think
be
like
like,
60s, 70s.
No, like my daddy.
Papa was a rolling
He
song.
was. He was.
All right.
Hey, it be like that, but that's a good thing. You got some good brothers in your corner.
You got a village.
So you got a lot of good support systems. So let's talk to you about your journey. Like, what made you get started in this industry? Like, I mean, I know you did some formal training, which is like going to school, but what made you want to even get started?
So, let's see.
Talking to the mic just a little bit.
2019.
Lean out
Gotcha.
just a little
Sorry.
bit. Yeah. I don't want to block it.
So 2019, I started. I was just doing my little cousins and my brothers. He was just asking me, whenever I start my LARC journey, you gonna do mine? Of course, I got you, Brad. So then it kind of picked up from there whenever the pandemic hit and nobody knew where to get their hair done. So I just started doing little appointments, and it went from doing my brother and his friend and another friend to just booking people.
Yeah.
And I was working for Pitt at the time, and my manager, she had locks, and she was just like, you're really good at what you do. Keep going, keep going. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I still worked and did hair until then I had, an apartment. I was doing hair in my kitchen and working full time and doing hair full time. And then I was just like, all right, I'm gonna quit my job and go to school. Whew. That was the journey for me because, I was a full-time entrepreneur and making my own money, and, you still got to pay bills. I got to pay rent, my lights, my gas.
Right. And then you got a school bill on top of that.
Right.
On top of that, because then I had to pay them monthly, and I was like, y'all really, y'all killing me. I don't have the same income that I had last year.
Racketeering.
Right. And I'm like, I don't
Get your
have
head
the
on my
arm and the
pocket.
leg, to be giving y'all right now. So chill out. But no, I really did. I made it through. My family, my support system was truly, truly, truly my rock. My mom, my uncles. My uncles really kept me going. I don't do well with emotions. I'm not an emotional person. So tough love is what really kept me going. And then my clients too. My clients were still supporting me, coming to school, coming to my house, wherever I needed them to do, they was doing it. And yeah, so
That's great news.
Yeah, that's what's up,
I'm in
man.
a shop. I graduated school. Barbering. I'm actually about to start getting my barber's license also. So
Nice.
I'm dual licensed.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be able to do everything.
So can you talk about what the difference is between
Barbering and cosmetology.
Yeah, explain that for the people. You gotta just break it down because you never know who's trying
context.
to. Yeah, for the context, so people know.
I mean, there's really not much of a difference unless you want to learn. I'll say that. It's all up to you and what you want to learn because, to be honest, it's the same kind of field.
Yeah.
Right.
But barbering is more in depth with, I'll say, black hair. With our hair texture, with how to fade, with men, with facial care, hair care, and facial care. But with cosmetology, the one plus about that, I should say, is the hair care piece. We really care for your hair.
Right.
It's not just cutting your hair you out. No, I can style your hair also after I cut your hair. If you wanted some curls on top, if you want all of that, we can do all of that also. So we can do razor cuts, we can do kind of anything, and I do everything all natural. Only thing that I do that's, I guess, not in the natural world would be color, but everything else,
So you don't do no perms, no.
I don't. Ooh. So I know that people think that black people get perms, but no, we don't.
We should have stopped a long time ago.
You know what I'm saying?
All that poison that's in the perm and everything.
No, it's not even that. It's the terminology. So straight hair gets permed, curly hair gets relaxed. Ooh. So we get relaxers. I know.
So why would people get in perms? Why was that a thing?
So a perm is technically white people.
Hey, call it. Tell it what it is. Say how it is.
white people, they wanted the curly hair, so they got a perm. You put a perm roll, roll it down to get that curly effect. We relaxed our hair. We went from curly to straight.
Got you.
Yeah. Okay. So, but no, no chemicals. I don't do chemicals anymore.
Nice.
I stopped myself in 2016. Yeah, because that's a lot. It goes into depth with Black women and cancer and infertility. It's a lot with relaxers and.
So you did a big chop at some point, I suppose, to basically cut. So you at some point you used relaxer, did a big chop, and went natural after that.
Yes.
Shouts out to you for that. That takes a lot of courage.
Tell us about it.
Ooh, going into the detail is crazy. Because
you only say what you want to say on here.
Absolutely. Look, I'm an open book. I don't mind. So my major chop was crazy in 2016. I was talking to somebody and he was like, "No, don't cut your hair. Don't cut your hair." We stopped talking. I chopped that shit off. I did not give a damn. I chopped
She's like,
that
I only
shit
did this for you, but then you got clipped. That was over.
Yeah.
I was like, you played yourself.
Along with the hair.
Along with the hair, it had to go.
Keep it funky.
Everybody had to go. Right. So,
you ain't gotta go home, but get out. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, I had like an inch of hair, and that was a lot. You know, because I've always had long hair. Like my hair, this is probably like how as long as my locks are right now. That's how long my hair is.
So that's 8 years right there.
Oh,
you said 2017.
Yes. So 2016, I cut my hair. I was just kind of doing different natural styles. I didn't really do I didn't put locks into my hair until January 21 with that same man.
Okay.
Let him go. Not put the locks in. It's like I feel like sometimes with women, when we change our lifestyle, we change a man.
I think it's the man goes and then the hair changes.
The hair gotta change. Like something gotta go. That's why women you see them with long ass hair and they get a major chop.
Yeah.
It was that motherfucker.
It was a breakup.
Yeah.
It was a breakup.
A breakup happened. I'm changing my life forever.
It was a Confessions album coming out.
Or that man said, "You're not gonna look right if you." So
you got to show
him. So
him.
it's a challenge.
Absolutely.
You got to show him like, nah, I'm gonna look good regardless. Hers you.
Absolutely. I ain't gonna hold you. The same man, he was like, "Oh, don't get locks. You're not gonna look right." Look at me now.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Let's
talk your shit.
What you talking about? Like,
that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna talk my shit today.
Yeah, as you should.
As you should. That's why you here.
That's how she knew we was both from New York, by the way, because we do shit like that. As you should at the same time.
Oh yeah,
It's the accent, like that shit is like very much. I was like, okay.
I said 3 words to her. She like, oh, you from New York too? I was like, damn.
But listen how it's in New York. He don't say New York. New York.
Yeah, right.
They don't even say the whole word.
I don't even hear it though. That's the crazy part.
It's just natural. Like,
that's
you know what I mean. But so, what challenges besides obviously you quitting your job and going to school full time? That shit was. I quit a job and went to school full time too.
Came out with a master's.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
I did, but I don't like to boast too much.
Hey, everybody talking their stuff too.
One thing we gotta really get rid of as Black people, like all that humble shit. We're not humble. Ain't nothing. We're not timid. We're not none of that. Like you gonna talk your shit.
I
ain't timid.
Exactly.
But you know me, I'm one of them people, right? That I do what I do. Behind the scenes, and then when you see me, you think nothing's popping, but everything's clicking.
Exactly.
So that's just I'm one of them type of people. Yeah. So you know what I mean.
I used to be that. I promise you, I used to be that. We have this what's it called? Imposter syndrome. Yeah, so we really got to get rid of that.
Yeah, so you said humble, right? Look at the definition: having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Hold on.
I wouldn't say I'm low of importance because I know
that's what humble means.
Time.
That's the problem.
You want to let me talk my shit? All right.
Because some white man told us, "Oh no, humble."
No, listen.
Calm down.
I'm not gonna say that.
Doing that.
Listen, I know I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
Say that.
On a daily basis, I know I'm that nigga. On an hourly basis, I know I'm that nigga. But I don't need to show everybody I'm that nigga all the time. I just pull it out when needed.
It's your podcast.
No, it's never. See, and one thing about it is with Black people, I'll say with Black people, it's just that energy. When you got that energy, you ain't gotta say nothing. You
right, that
show
part.
Up as that.
That part.
Show up as that.
Never in a rush.
So,
Back to you though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we digress.
So
but
no,
it was all important.
Yeah, no, facts. So what challenge do you feel like you faced the most of making that transition from working basically 2 full-time jobs, clipping one, and then going back to school and then living the life that you live now? What challenges you feel like you faced the most?
The first thing was my money. Like, I was used to, a certain lifestyle. I was never the type of person to have to worry about like where was money coming from. I was the one to dish money out. Somebody hit me up for money here, $30, $40, $60, whatever.
Yeah.
I got it.
I got a question about that. It's not about the business, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about lending out $40, $60 to people? Because I'm like, yo, do you need an AP or something?
Chill.
Just ask.
But like,
Just ask me. I need 40. Just ask, like, tell me what it's really for. 9 times out of 10, people don't need $40.
No, but 9 times out of 10, whenever you do need some money, like 9 times out of 10 for me, it's family.
Right.
It's it could be
Respect
a brother,
that.
a
Yeah,
cousin,
respect
one of my close friends. Like, I just don't care when it comes to money, and I don't have kids, and everybody around me got kids, so I feel like I could help out.
Money comes and goes, man.
And it do. What I'm gonna do when I'm gone, and I know that I'm already leaving my legacy. I myself am my own legacy. My energy is that. I already, when I show up in rooms, I am that. So I don't really, what am I leaving behind? Like money.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Right. But legacy and, like you said, setting up the next generation
Exactly.
to succeed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into that right now, but I got to finish answering the question, though. Go ahead.
The challenges.
The challenges.
Oh, yes, challenges. So my money definitely, and I'll say with school, like it was more so kind of just being quiet, kind of staying in my bubble, because everybody wanted to come to me about everything, even the students. Like I'm 32. I was in school I was in my 30s in school, and most of these girls was fresh out of high school.
Yep.
And I've been doing hair. I have my own business, I have clientele and all of that. So they saw my clientele come into the school. They saw me handling even new clients and how I would talk to them. So they had a lot of questions. And everybody's coming to me and, Torie, can you hear me? Can you? So I had to kind of be in a bubble because some of the teachers there didn't like the fact that I was naturally an educator. I don't have to have a certification to just talk to people. I just do.
Right. Yeah, you know how to talk.
No, and I do. Like I tell people, like I'm the counselor in my family. Like it's okay if you come to me with your problems because everybody do.
Right.
So even that I dealt with a lot of that in school. So it was kind of more so having to humble myself. That was very.
So I was about to ask that because I felt I felt like he was alluding to basically the teachers didn't like that you were kind of the big homie
exactly
in a school where you were supposed to kind of be like the pup.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it was like, excuse me, intimidating with some, but at the same time, I mean, I just truly just didn't care after a while because it still kept happening.
Right.
And then, I went toe to toe with all the teachers. I won't hold you. There's only a couple. Love you, girl, Lauren. You was my girl. Other than that, everybody else, I felt like, you had to kind of get that little conversation because at the end of the day, we're all adults. Like, you're not going to be talking to us like we're kids. This isn't high school. Ain't no clicking. Then y'all in the rooms talking about the girls. And I'm just like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the one, I have my voice. Like, I am a grown ass woman. 1. 2, I'm older than half of y'all that's wanting to teach somebody.
Yeah.
3, I actually know how to talk to people. So it's like you can't really talk to me like, I'm a child. Because 1, I don't even have a child, nor are you my fucking mother.
Facts.
So talking to me like that, it was a lot for me because I'm a fighter. I also was like, so you want to go outside? We could throw these fans. Like, I'm not with that. Like, I mean, I'm just being dead honest. Like, I had to tell one of the teachers, like, so, I mean, bitch, what you want to do?
Yo, we got to that point.
You only 10 years my senior. What you trying to, I can see you in these bars still. We know the same people from around the block. I mean, I don't know what type of time you on, but I'm about that life. We could go right outside these doors. I don't care what camera is on. So it was like I had to show up as that sometimes because like you're not going to keep me in no type of box.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hell
and
no.
It was like even my clients was coming and they was like, oh, she's really making me. I'm making my fucking money. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I'm gonna make my shit. Y'all gonna get y'all little change, and I'm gonna take my money like I said. But you know, it was always a conflict, but. You know, I had to maneuver that. I graduated, and I'm still doing the same thing. So
that's what matters at the end of the day. Like, as long as you got them papers, get off my.
You know
what I'm saying?
Hop.
I said, yeah.
Like, please,
Gang.
remove yourself, cause no.
Damn.
100%.
But that was really my biggest struggle. Other than that, you know, I kind of had a great time in school. I had really, really great friends. You know, I passed my boards the first time. I didn't have to go back for it. Like,
Nice.
I did my hours. You know, I'm done. I ain't going, you know, give nobody no middle fingers because I ain't that type of person. But, you know, I made it through.
Yeah, you got to be professional about
Absolutely.
it, right? Like, but y'all know what
To
it
a
is.
certain extent.
Yeah. Nah, because people will try you. People will try you, so therefore you gotta show people what it is.
You know what I hate? I hate when people do the underlining sneak dissing.
That passive
and then
aggressiveness.
passive aggressiveness, and then you catch it, and then when you respond to it,
They like,
it's just like, I
didn't
didn't
mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
But that's what you said, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you said. What did you mean by that? You know what I mean?
That's what they said. That's what they meant.
Exactly.
And then when you check them on it, it's like, I don't like that. Yeah, that's a fact.
It's
Don't
when
sneak
you
this
meet
me.
somebody's passive aggression with aggression. Like,
Right.
ooh,
I
you
caught
ain't
that.
like
Yeah.
I caught
You ain't
that.
like
You ain't.
that.
I ain't
You
let that
like
slide.
You
Yeah.
ain't like that, and I'll never let it slide. Not with me.
You gotta check her. You gotta check her. You know, in the right way. We promoting positivity.
Yeah, we're not promoting
I
violence.
mean,
Yeah,
no.
but we
It was
promote
never,
stand
it
up
was
for
never
yourself.
like, you know, it was definitely that. It was more so I'm setting up for me. I'm setting up for these girls.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was
Yeah,
just saying that for the
These
podcast.
18, 19, 20-year-old girls, like, they don't have their voice. I got my voice when I was like 25, 26. So it's like now I'm 32. Okay. I'm definitely going to speak up for somebody that I know is not going to speak up for themselves.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, and I've always been that way, so.
Yeah, respect to that. Keep it G. You know what I mean?
Got to.
Keep it G. I don't know why they started saying P, but keep it G. You know what I mean?
I definitely keep it G.
You know what I mean?
Keep it P. I feel like, you know, keep it player because you got to be a little.
Keep it partnership. Keep it progressive. Keep it, you know. Keep it different. Yeah, but keep it G. I like the old school joint.
That's what Fab
from
said.
that
Y'all
era.
know who.
Keep it there, gangsta.
Keep
You already
it,
know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is our.
So New York.
That's what the last guest said. That's what the last guest said when we started doing songs.
We going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about anything, but it's just like he said something, I finished it. I said something, he finished it. Like,
yeah, we was locked in last week. That was crazy. But so you mentioned having locks and everything like that. Yeah. So you know that was really important to you. So what does having locks mean for you to you as being a black woman? Well, not even just black, just in general. I don't want to make it about a racial thing, you know. But just what does it mean to you?
But it is.
Yeah, it is. It clearly is, you know. But yeah, go ahead.
So, for me, it is freeing. It is so very much freeing. Because people be like, you know, the loud girly, they just wake up and just be carefree because we are.
All right.
I'm walking off and I'm
you gotta wake up an extra hour to get
like,
ready.
I don't do none of that. You know, and even like makeup and stuff. Like I got a little bit of makeup on right now. It's only for the camera. Yeah. But typically I'm a fresh face. You know, I don't do none of that. You know, I don't do none of that. I don't even do filters on my pictures because it's like what you get is what you see.
Yeah,
every single time.
Yo, a good friend of mine, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he used to always be outside on the east side with no shirt on, looking fat and all that, right? But hear me out. Let me finish. His mindset though was, this is how you gonna see me.
I mean, you know.
He like fat and all that. He's like, yo, if it gets to that point, this is me all the time. You ain't got to second guess. Yeah. You ain't got to wonder what's under this t-shirt. Yes. So it's to be like, yo, I'm outside with it. Like, and that's the mindset you gotta have though. Like, but that takes a certain type of confidence, you know. Because I mean, once you not naked physically and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Like you still got to be your authentic self, no matter what happens.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's a great point. Shout out to him though, because that was as long as it's been, I still remember that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I know you're talking about too.
Yeah, you probably do, but I'm not gonna mention his name because it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's okay. So previously, before I was locked, I was naturally free. You know, curly hair, all of that. I would do half puffs, all of that, little curly bangs, anything. But my hair was always in a curly style. So on the interviews, I was still showing up curly. People like, oh, you don't straighten your hair? Straight and white.
For what?
Right.
This is what you gonna get on a day to day. I'm not gonna change for an interview.
Exactly.
You know, you still gonna get the same bubbly person. My hair really shouldn't matter. So I feel
No,
like
it shouldn't.
And then if I gotta
Don't
change
change
my hair.
For you,
like
then that means
it's a problem. I shouldn't work here.
That's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean?
Exactly.
And then more importantly, you want me to change my hair to look like who? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That part,
yeah.
I just want to be me. Every time I want to be me, I want to show up as myself authentically. And y'all, if you got locks, if you're natural, anything, baby, do not cut your hair. Don't change your hair. Don't do none of that for no job, for no interview. None of that, because at the end of the day, they're still going to accept your work, your worth, and
I
if they
deserve the
don't,
bomb.
next job, baby, next.
Peace, mother.
I'm very much the thank you next. It wasn't for me.
Right.
Appreciate you, sir.
And I think I said this before, but don't take every job that offers you that makes you an offer.
No.
All money ain't good money.
Yeah,
Say that.
you know what I mean? Like, you got to think about the environment they have, they're creating, or they're trying to achieve. What are they failures? What do they actually need help with? Like, I mean, this is digressing a little bit, but it still matters. But you got to interview the company.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Don't let them interview just
Look
you.
them up.
Yeah, exactly.
See
Like,
how old, like even old employees, ask them questions, because if they don't like the environment, baby, you're not gonna like the environment.
facts.
See how high the turnover rate is, because the turnover rate, if it's high, baby, you don't want to work there, because you're gonna be quitting in about 2-3 months.
Yeah, and then I got to the point where, well, whose position am I replacing?
Right. Why did they leave?
Why did they leave? Right? Sometimes you just got to get that gutter with it. Like, yeah.
But it's like, these are
ask them.
questions that you have to ask in interviews, and please ask them, because they're going to actually like you for those questions. Like, oh, wait.
That part, they're gonna like you because they want to know, like, you really interested in actually considering working here, right? So it may sound it may sound tough, but that's what they feel like. You did your research, you actually know about us, whether it was negative or positive. They know that you paying attention. You know what I'm saying, and I think that's what counts. So. Yeah, 100%.
I want to talk about like the maintenance of hair, because like, I mean, you say you could basically just get up and go.
I can. Not everyone can.
So, what goes into the maintenance? Because like I seen, locks is definitely a common trend with a lot of young men I work with.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people really don't have waves like that no more. I'm good for the waves. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm not good. I'm not taking my hat off today.
Man, we got a hat on for a reason, but at the same time,
I ain't getting no cut today.
Listen,
so.
When the waves are
I
spinning,
need a cut. I should have had. You could have cut my hair, get my leg
saying?
hairline on camera. You know what I mean? Like, she nasty with it. Yeah.
But nah,
I
like,
got my clippers in the car.
mobile for real.
I got a question
ready.
about that too. All right, I got a question about them clippers.
So basically what I was saying, like, locks is definitely a hairstyle of choice these days. Before it used to be like, Caesars. A lot of people really can't get waves the way it is, but you gonna keep it low, you gonna keep it fade, whatever. Right. But a lot of people have the locks, so
either a locks or the curly top. One thing I will say, men in general, oh my God, love y'all, I really do. But please do not buy a 2-in-1, a 3-in-1 that doesn't even exist. It don't exist. You
what is that?
Time out. Cause what?
What is that? What is that?
Don't
you mean like
buy,
go ahead.
Like, if it says that it can wash your body and shampoo your hair and condition your hair at the same time.
Oh, that's false.
False.
That's false.
Dusty.
Because that's why women, we have a body wash, a shampoo, and a conditioner, and a leave-in conditioner.
And the acne one.
Absolutely. They do different things.
Body
and
scrub.
Exfoliation.
Exfoliate.
Body scrub. All that.
Please know y'all terms. I love this for y'all. No, for real. You don't even know.
We pay attention.
I'm thankful. Truly, I'm thankful. So, like, for real, hair care, very, very simple basics. Shampoo your hair twice, condition your hair once. And then if you rinse the conditioner out, buy a leave-in conditioner. It's okay. I promise you, your hair will love you for it. Buy a leave-in conditioner. For your beard, shampoo your beard.
I do that.
Condition your beard. And then oil that thing.
Yeah, I got a 4-step process. You know what I mean? I'm not going to shout that company out because, we don't get paid by them. But shout out to my 4-step process.
And it's definitely a process. Like I feel like we're in a stage of like caring for ourselves. Like self-care is very, very important. Please take care of yourself. Like your skin, all of that. Your scalp and your skin probably acts the same, so you might need to use the same thing on both of those. Just so you know. And psoriasis is a major thing. Like them little flakes and stuff. If it's in your hair, it's probably going to be on your face too.
Wow.
Take care of your skin and your scalp.
Yeah, I use I can't believe I can't even remember the name right now, but I have bad dandruff.
Okay.
But it took me a long, long time to like figure out that process. Even down to like, I used to have a lot of razor bumps, a lot of neck bumps and everything like that. And then the razors, like I think that's the biggest problem with like guys and like bumps and acne, right? Is the type of razor you use.
Yes.
So all
and the placement too.
Yeah.
Because some places you can't use them.
Correct. So like I can use a blade on my face, but I can't use a blade on my neck.
That's a fact.
It's clipped for my neck.
Yeah.
I break out and everything like that. So I'm a this kind of person when it comes to clippers, right?
Okay.
What is your preferred clipper choices? I mean, Andy's been around for generations,
They have been.
But my issue is people get on TikTok and they be promoting these BS like clippers and everything. Like,
So okay,
Go ahead.
Andes are definitely still great clippers. They have a lot of different clippers. I'm still learning a lot about the different brands. They have Masters, the Andes, the Babyliss is definitely a great starter if you are starting out as a barber like myself. Babyliss brand is definitely great. There's another one I think it's like T-Bop or something like that. They're definitely a great brand also. They're more quiet. So those are more geared towards like people with autism. If you're cutting clients with autism, you want definitely a lot more quiet clippers because that little
know that.
Yes, that can be triggering. I mean, think about it. Like when you're in a barbershop, I'm a stylist, and I get overstimulated just sitting there. Yeah, you know, and it's like the music is playing, somebody's over there talking, somebody's on the phone, and then the clippers are going, and I'm just sitting there trying to do locks.
Right, yeah.
I'm overstimulated. Somebody gotta shut up. And I'm gonna say something. Every time I'm gonna say something. I am.
Hey yo,
Cause I be like, it's a little too much noise, you know. Something has to give. 9 times 10 it's the people talking because y'all talking too loud. You know.
100%. So out of those brands, which is your preferred brand?
I don't really have a preferred right now. I know my guys, they like the Andes and the Wall.
Oh yeah,
The
Wall.
Wall
Yeah, Wall
clippers
got
they
Wall.
have,
I got
yeah.
Wall.
And I want to say it's Oyster brand. They have like a detachables. I've been learning about those.
That's for like
too.
the fades and everything, right?
No, yes, you can, but the detachables are more so just like getting bulk hair out. But you
Like
can't
the
fade
1s
with
and
them.
2s and the 3s.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, I mean, for fades and stuff, anything, the Walls, those are great too. Andes, those are great for fading. Just make sure you got a 0.5.
Yeah, I got a Walls to cut the top of my head, and then I got the Andes to do my face and line up and everything. The T line up, you know what I mean? Like, look, I just go to get my cut. I don't know.
I got you. So it's clippers and there's edges.
There you go.
And
there
it's
you
definitely
go.
two
there you
different
go.
ones. You know,
Yeah.
To
You
get
wanna
the
have
technical
both.
terms out there.
Yes,
Teach them something.
clippers and
Keep
edgers.
educating them.
I
love
didn't
it.
know either. So, you know, when I'm going to school, I was like, what's the difference? Because you said clippers and
yeah. You think it's all in one?
liners. What are we doing?
Right.
So, but no, yeah. It's definitely different. It's interesting though.
You got something else? Because I got a leading question into the next series.
No, we about
go
to jump
ahead.
topic.
All right.
So it's on you.
So I do have
pass the
one
ball
more
to you.
question though that is gonna open up the conversation. So, so earlier you mentioned legacy, right? And leaving a legacy behind for you and your family and everything like that. So, you know, there's definitely like some people believe in systematic racism and being able to get ahead of the game, but at the same time, how do you feel about those people who sit there and preach about, slavery, not getting ahead, the white man keeping me down, but don't have things set up such as life insurance or don't have assets set up for themselves for the long term?
It's just talk. It's just conversation at the end of the day. Because it's like,
we hear all that, bro.
The more you say stuff, like, you can say whatever you want. If there's no action behind anything that you're actually saying,
right,
you're just talking.
Right.
I appreciate the conversation, but
so I believe like slavery did put us back.
Absolutely.
But I also do believe that we have all the resources today to make a difference and change that legacy, right? Like,
I think that we're so focused on trying to be like the white man and get everything that the white man got. And, I want a yacht, I want a this, I want a that. You don't really need that. I'm gonna be real with you. What I really want for my family, I want a compound. I want 150 acres and my whole entire family can live there. You want your own house with your own plot. You want whatever you want on it, you can have that. Like, I want to be able to have a garden and a farm for my family. So, whenever we want some meat, we got a healthy cow, but I know that I raise, and I sacrifice, that, we can live off for a year or two, so that's what I want for my family. That's the type of wealth, I'll say, quote unquote, that I want for my family, because it's not necessarily money, but I will have money and my businesses and everything like that to leave behind for my nieces and nephews. I don't have any kids and I don't want any kids. But that will be my legacy and my land, because y'all have somewhere to be, y'all have somewhere to live, to stay. That will be yours. No one can touch it. The government can't even touch it. And there are ways
except for taxes, but
I mean, to a certain extent, but it's like at the end of the day, it's still mine. And there are ways to get around that. I have been learning.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna have me a little church, but there's definitely different
cemetery.
ways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Right.
Hey, I told you I'm on it. I'm on it.
Because my daddy's coming with me.
Yeah,
Okay, I was like,
know.
Dad, we're gonna have to, dig you up and bring you in a compound so they can't touch nothing. But you just gotta know the things.
Keep it gangster.
Nah, people don't know that though.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people, they be like, yo, how you didn't pay all these taxes? Well, a lot of these things are just write-offs. You got to know how to beat what the tax.
the system.
Yeah, exactly. The tax Bible was like 500,000 pages.
Exactly.
If you actually paid attention to it, you would learn how to cut corners too. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean?
A lot of stuff you can't actually just Google. But
that part.
A lot of people
actually just put the work in.
I was just about to say
that. The basic stuff. Like,
people like to talk without doing the research.
Yeah.
Or not even reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff could be right in front of you, but you over here talking mad ass, and it's right there in front of you. Like, come on.
It's a lot of conversation, but there's no action behind it. So you're not
a quick
really doing
Google search would help a lot of things.
Right, 100%, man. So next question.
Yeah.
All right. So they just, well, I don't know all the backstory about the astronauts and everything, but I do know there was a conversation about, Biden was supposed to go get them, and he didn't want to give Elon the permission to get them.
You said Biden?
Yeah, allegedly. Allegedly. I'm not going to just dog him, but I believe he did it. But you know what I mean? So do you believe that just recently the 2 astronauts that just came down, do you think that's real or fake?
So are we going to ignore the fact that like the first picture when she went into space, she was very much like pale as hell.
Yes.
Gray hair and all of that. Like I saw the grays. You don't just get rid of grays. Grays don't disappear.
Not at all.
When
she got a Beijing?
When your pigment, because it'll kick your ass. When your pigment leaves, it's gone. You don't really get that. In your hair. That's what happens when it grays.
Coming from a loctician, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
coming from a stylist.
Stylist, like,
more so, yeah.
Come on,
like,
she knows hair. Come on, make it make sense.
So what happened when she came back? How she looked?
First off, the fro was looking crazy. I feel like they fake electrocuted her before they put her on camera.
She had the Blanca fro?
She had the straight high top fade, like Kid and Play, yo, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
What was the, like, you know how you get electrocuted in your hair?
Yeah.
That's how she looked, bro. And I'm like, and then the landing
was jet
photos.
black.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, that shit was slick back real nice.
And then
I ain't see it though. I ain't see it. I didn't see it.
How long did they say she was going? 8-9 months. Like,
Something
baby,
like
ain't no
that.
daggone way. Stop playing with me. You know why?
So how she look when she got back?
Bro, like I said, with the fro and everything, it just looked made up. Everything looked CGI-ish. I'm not
And
gonna
she
lie
had
to
a
you.
10.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way you
She had a
in
10? That's what's
space
up, yo.
and had a 10.
She was on the beach for 10 months.
What's up, yo? She had a 10? What she use suntan lotion? I'm just saying, what she use
But
melanin?
if you want to be... See,
Man, I'm fucking
reaching,
trolling.
you
Nigga. I'm
reaching,
trolling.
OD trolling. I
I'm
can't
trolling.
even.
like
I'm
when I
trolling,
say a
like,
10,
no
like it
response.
looked like baby girl had glasses on somewhere. Because, like, you know, it's still a little pale around the eyes, but
That's crazy.
fair skinned, olivey.
Whammy.
Cool. So yeah, so all in all,
No.
you think it's fake? I think it's
very
fake.
much fake.
I don't know.
I didn't see it, but it don't sound
It
believable.
looked fugazi. It looked CGI.
Yeah.
It looked like a bad Marvel out of space joint. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, remember what was that? Which one was? And Iron Man was in space and he was damn near about to die. It looked like that, bro. Like it looked like
That was
Because
crazy.
they want people to believe that there's somewhere for some people to go, and there ain't nowhere for people
Right.
to go because they just filming stuff in the water.
nah, they was filming stuff at NASA. That's it. That's all NASA's good for.
And NASA
Filming.
ain't even.
All right. So y'all got the point.
digress?
Y'all got the point.
Yeah.
Because we was about to go in. We was about to go.
Absolutely about to go all the way.
They gonna be like, cut. You know what I'm saying? But damn,
Exactly.
we can't upload nothing no more.
So, so my next question is a local podcast out here in Pittsburgh. I'm not gonna mention their names, but you know, two guys were on there talking about the conversation. Yeah, the two guys were talking about how black people don't tip. Black people cause the most ruckus. Black people want the most concessions and everything like that on their meals. And then even down to the dress code, where the dress code is like, you know, no hoodies, no hats,
No oversized
shirts, and like, you know, things of that nature. So, and now they're talking about, you know, our culture is talking about canceling Mario's, which is a local, because the guys on the podcast, I guess they used to work. They don't currently work at Mario's, but they used to work at Mario's.
He's the owner.
I don't know. Apparently,
They
I
said
think Mario's is
I
a
heard that
franchise.
he was the
or
owner.
something.
He's the owner.
He's the owner? Oh, okay.
May
So
not
there we
be
go.
the owner, but an owner.
Okay. So he owns it.
So
I
who
believe
clipped-
Mario's
who-
a franchise.
So who clipped him?
I believe our culture was trying to like cancel them. It was
It
trying
was
to cancel
something that came out
Mario's.
from Mario's. They PR from put something out. So
Well, the guy, like I said, the guy on the podcast, he worked for Mario's or something,
Yeah, saying
and now
how, when I was a bouncer, I
Right,
used
that
to
part.
always stop. And if you have on hoodies and a white tee and Timbs and
yeah. So how do you
It's a lot of BS.
respond to that? How does that make you feel? What's your thought process on that? Because I want to elaborate.
In my days of going to the South Side, because I know y'all not from Pittsburgh, but going to the South Side, you know, in my early 20s, a lot of the BS was from the white people. A lot of it. They was fighting in the streets. They was drunk, falling in the streets.
Off of beers,
Bruh.
and IPAs.
In
Miller Lite.
IPAs. Say that again. Say that again. Y'all ain't have no, remember, because you didn't want to run out of Hennessy. Like, all of it, like,
Crazy.
it was like a lot of the comments. I'm like, first of all, black people don't even like that. Like, we really like to just go out and have a good
And
time.
chill.
Now, I can see, yes, there's some people that be on that BS, but
Of course.
everybody don't. Just like there be white people on that BS. Everybody don't. Like,
I blame
you can't-
Swiss Beats.
You can't.
What?
You so
No, I'm dead ass. Yo, you know what came up on my playlist
Swiss
today?
Beats?
What?
Voila.
Chill. That's why.
Voila.
It's so New York.
If somebody step on your feet, what you do? Wow,
No, yeah.
Somebody grilling your club. Wow,
Sure.
like yo, no real
Nigga
talk.
grilling your chick.
Grilling your chick. What do you do? Wow, I blame you, Swizzy. Even you from the
Nuh-uh.
Bronx, bro. That was a nasty track. Yeah,
Now people used to be crashing out for that song. That's like the what's another Nuck If You Buck?
yeah.
That's another crash out song.
But you gotta think, you know, they play some of those songs in those environments off the liquor, and then
But they
real
don't
talk.
even
That's
play
how
those
it.
type of songs on the South Side. That's the thing.
Well,
Like,
I was
they
just
don't
talking about
even-
music in general.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I mean, yes, But that's our culture.
Right. 100%,
On the South Side,
100%.
that's not the culture.
No, they definitely ain't paying no Swiss beats.
But I mean, I'm 32. I ain't really been on the South Side since I was like 25, 26.
100%.
They were saying then, like, y'all need to stop going to the South Side. We would stop going to the flats. Now y'all back in the flats. What happened to that?
Yeah, I heard about that because people was like canceling the flats a little bit because they wasn't letting people. They wasn't letting enough people in.
So
if you ain't got shoes on, or
facts. You had to have like
like casual wear type
loafers or something like that. First of all, it's South Side, bro. The white people not even out here doing that. I mean, let's be real. They not. They really were not.
But you know what that's for.
Exactly. So it was like, like y'all gotta understand, like that they don't want us down there. Meanwhile, they still have to have heavy health police force because the white people be tearing it up down there. So it's not it's not just the black people at all. It's not at all. And we're not the only violent people. Right. Because where did we learn that from?
Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get that slavery. I like that sound. Cause that was a moment right there.
I'm just saying, you can't really. If we gonna really talk about it, we gonna really talk about it.
100%. So yeah, y'all want to cancel stuff? Don't cancel something for a week and then forget
or for the night
happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, stay at the South Side. If y'all really want to do it, stay out of all those bars because it's not just Mario's at the end of the day. Like, it's a couple places. If you want to talk about needles, pins, mechanical, or whatever the case is. Yo, bro, I was in there. They tried to charge me $40 for like a shot of Hennessy.
For what? What?
Yeah, like a shot of Hennessy, bro.
Crazy.
Like, or they don't sell Hennessy. Because we don't want that type of crowd. Or they all types of you peep all types of situations that let you know. They don't want you. You're not welcome here. You know what I mean? Stop
supporting it. Why are you giving these people your money if they don't even want you there? That's just not making sense. And then to say that black people don't tip, baby.
That's the crazy part. I got something to say about that.
That pissed me off too.
I got something to say
go
about
above and beyond whenever I tip. If you give me great service, I'm going to
show love.
Great money.
I got to counter that though. We all know that we don't go out with groups of us all the time because of situations like that though.
Yeah, because we're gonna get stopped or we're gonna get policed or whatever.
No, not even. I'm talking about like when we all sitting down at the table and it's time to pay that bill. You know what I'm saying? Where you pay $60, but then you don't add in tip, or you like, you know what I mean? Like if you pay $60, add an extra $20 to that.
Exactly.
Like make it make sense. And if you can't afford it, don't go out. If somebody is covering you, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know somebody's covering you and you're not ready to pay a tip with a group, don't go out. Stay your ass home. Like, but I think
that's the company you keep too.
Yeah, that
but
is.
Be real, that's
but
not
I can't say that's not true.
That's not a black and brown thing. That's not a black and brown thing. I have also been in that service as well. White people don't tip either. If they ain't got it, they just ain't got it. They will go 100%. Off the 2 for $6 menu at Denny's too. So stop playing. Like that's why y'all go to McDonald's. Right. That's why y'all go to the places that y'all can afford. So it's never like, black people just can't afford it. No. Sometimes your service don't be that great either.
Right. And then them bartenders don't even realize sometimes they being passive aggressive.
Exactly.
All the time. Because you're black
and
or whatever the case is.
skipping over me and going to all the white people, so no, I'm not skipping you.
Right. And I'm going to have an attitude because you definitely skipping over me and you treat me. I came in on some regular shit and you over here treating me and I even have an interaction with you. Right. So that's a fact too.
You're assuming
already
that we're all the same. But then you do some BS and I'm like, fuck your tip. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, you failed that, but they were Caucasian guys. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You talk about us, but as a bartender, stop skipping over us. Stop not paying us attention, assuming we all the same, because at the end of the day, you assume how I am, I'm assuming you a racist too. Like,
right.
Listen,
like, that's just how it goes.
Crepe place. I took a friend of mine. We went to brunch to this crepe place a couple weeks ago. It was in Shady Side. I don't remember what it was called because it was not that great. The service was not that great either. So in my tip, I was like, I tip very well, So in my tip, I was like, she's only getting $5 because when I tell you she came over here twice and I had to ask for a refill twice.
Oh no.
I'm upset. I'm upset now. I'm thirsty. I'm upset.
Right.
But then I just went to Ritual House with my cousin, racked up over $100 bill and he got a very nice tip. and it was above the $25 to 25%. So it's like, whatever your service is, and he was a great waiter.
Absolutely.
Whatever your service is the tip that I'm going to give you.
Right. Yeah, so don't lump us all in with that BS figurative speech or ideology you got going. So, yeah. So,
that part. I didn't know if you could do that on here. I ain't gonna hold you. But
I wasn't even supposed to. I was in a moment and I got caught up. I got caught up with that. I was in my feelings,
big heavy
emotions about that.
Yeah, because we don't do that. We don't do that. Don't love myself like that.
For real. So, we about a good 45 minutes in. So, but we
gonna bring that DOE.
You already know. Let
me bring it up and then we go from there.
Go ahead.
As a fellow educator.
Yes, sir.
So today, Trump signed the executive order for the Department of Education to be dismantled and be passed down to former WWE Stone Cold Steve Austin stunner.
No, he passed it down to the states.
He passed it down to Lyndon McMahon to pass it down to the states, so the states can make decisions on the educational basis on whatever's going on in your particular state. Now, a lot of people was mad about it because we don't know what's going to come from that, being that, every state is different and every state handles the education a little different. So a lot of federal funding might be cut. Title I, low income classrooms, free breakfast, all that type of stuff is in question. And, people's salaries is in question as well. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think you should start first, being a fellow educator.
Yes.
Okay. So, Pennsylvania is very interesting. It's a Commonwealth state. From my understanding, from my research, I should be okay. But a lot of schools that receive Title I funding probably will not be okay.
And another Title I funding.
Title I funding basically is if your kid needs extra reading support or some type of learning support, it's extra funding that comes to the school to give those kids help. And it costs a lot of money to run a school. Like, if you have a couple of teachers and a couple of administrators, if you have a staff of like 8 to 10 people, that could be $1 million right there.
Right.
So like the millions could rack up very quickly within education. With that being said though, my main focus for me is they cut that program off for student loans, student loan forgiveness, the repayment plans, things of that nature. So a lot of people were saying how their student loans went from, they was paying like $600 a month. Now it's going to be upwards of $2,000 because they basically cut the application. I'm not sure if they're going to reopen it or, figure out some way to do it better. But that's my personal concern. But everything else, a lot of people still in uproar about. So that's just my spill on it. But I do know that education needs to be changed. I mean, I put up a post today. There should be a lot of different types of education that should be given to the students. Emotional intelligence, investing, networking, financial literacy, credit. A lot of life skills that people need after high school, because a lot of kids is lost during school and even after school. They're lost,
especially after school.
You know what I mean? And I feel like when you're 18 years old, basically, to go to college is great, but college is not for everybody. Trade school is good as well, but a lot of people feel like they signed what they call it, the 360 deal when they went to college. And if you don't know what 360 deal is, basically you sign your life away in the music industry, and the record company got all your rights. So a lot of people feel like when you sign those student loans, you basically paying a lot of money and you don't really have any rights after that. So that's probably what I'm concerned about.
Can I say something?
But
no, yeah,
I'm gonna shoot it on to you. Yeah. What you think?
Why are you giving an 18-year-old thousands of dollars in the beginning?
and then not teaching them financial literacy.
Come on now. We were never taught financial literacy in the beginning. We're just sending our name on a dotted line because we need this money for school. Mm-hmm. Not even realizing that the interest on these freaking loans are absolutely ridiculous. So by the time you finish school, you're gonna owe back almost 3 times as much as you actually borrowed. So at the end of the day, is it really worth it? No.
But stuff like that Episode 3. Stuff like that was not taught to people. It was like, go to school, go to school, go to school. And once upon a time, going to school was a really big accomplishment. Yes. But then they started moving the goalposts. At one point, you just needed a high school diploma. Look at Al Bundy. I know he's fictional, but Al Bundy, Al Bundy, married with children, was able to be a part-time shoe salesman. And had a 2-story house, 2 cars, a stay-at-home wife.
$12 an hour.
You know what I mean? Him and Griff.
Nobody doing it.
But now, like, a lot of people, they was pushing bachelor's degree, but they started moving the goalposts. So now you need this. Now you need this certification. Okay, you got a bachelor's degree, you got a master's degree. Okay, here's $14 an hour. What do you mean $14 an hour?
Come on now.
No experience.
Bro, I need $120 a year. So, stuff like that is they keep moving the goalposts, but at the end of the day, if you was to learn how to invest, if you was to learn how to manage your money a little bit better, you can be able to finagle a lot better than. But I think that's all by design too.
That's
course.
Very much by design because as a single woman with no kids, $60,000 a year ain't enough. Baby, that's not enough. And it's just me. It's not enough. And I was making more. I ain't gonna tell you what I was making, but I was making more than $60,000 a year, which was my salary for my job.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. I was making more than that, but I'm like, it still ain't enough. Yeah. Like it's not enough. And it's not to say like, there's a number to be enough, but still, it's just like for what y'all giving us, what we're working for, and then what you're giving us on top of that, it's just not enough. There's no balance here. And we're working and we're working and we're working and we're working. There's no vacation, there's no fun, there's no nothing besides work and sleep.
Right.
Yeah, get up and do it again.
People working 2-3 jobs just to make a living.
Come on now.
Like it's crazy, but that all goes down to the economy. You know what I mean? Some people think that whether you believe in Trump or not, like if you don't like Trump, but Trump is still better for the economy, right? Trump is better for our economy, no matter how y'all like it, no matter how you slice it, whatever the case is. Why? Because just at that point, the value of our American dollar is getting lower and lower, which means that where it costs you $3, it's really costing you $7. Like, you know what I'm saying? So your money is not stretching. And again, that goes to our deficit, the excessive spending in government. You know what I mean? Like everything in government, we, the people, the taxpayers pay for that. So if I can cut the budget $80,000, how much did you say it took to run a school? Like millions of dollars.
Millions.
Like that's millions of dollars that can go into something else.
That's just salaries. I ain't talking about books. I ain't talking about infrastructure. I ain't talking about
like they're not even getting that.
But I mean, let's be real. What we have right now, the current system. You know how many great schools don't have shit.
That part, they still using chalkboards and projectors. And
I graduated 2011, and we were running out of paper.
It's crazy.
Paper. We were getting prints on colored paper because they didn't have just white paper. So we had to go to like orange and green.
Construction paper.
Come on now.
That's
crazy. Crazy.
So they said the Board of Ed started with Jimmy Carter, which was an executive order, right? Everybody like, it's affecting the Constitution. But from what I read, Jimmy Carter signed the Board of Ed
to start to have like the way it is now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So in the 1970s, whenever it started, we were top of education. You know what I'm saying? 50
or at least
plus years,
top 5 at least.
At least, right?
Yeah.
50 plus years later, we're like 27th in the world in education.
Yeah.
That's because our education is still the same from what it was 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
That don't make sense.
No,
everything else is advanced.
Everything else evolved except for education.
That's because y'all want factory workers, y'all want employees, and y'all don't want business owners.
Right. And I want to add to that too, because they saying that from the time Board of Ed initiated till current, we spent about $3 trillion or something crazy like that on education, right? But the issue is though, like, why are they're not putting money into education, really. They're putting money into administrative stuff and consulting and all these other avenues.
A lot of money go to consultants.
Right, DEIs and
a lot of money go to consultants,
right? But then, cancel all of them, because I know for a fact every teacher complains about a salary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more, you're paying more administrators to process paper than actually taking care of the teachers who actually teach the kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, why do I need administrators if my kids are not learning? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I
and
think
then these administrators are like 70 years old, bro. You're not doing anything for my child that's 7 right now in today's world, and you don't even know about today's freaking world.
Right, that part.
You don't even know what a freaking smart TV or a smart computer or a freaking smart board is.
I think administrators is important to a certain aspect because, like, on everything, there's 2 coins, right? You got the good ones and you got the bad ones.
Right.
I've been fortunate to work with some okay administrators, but like a lot of teachers really bust their ass to do what they need. Me personally, I don't feel really the strain on money when it comes to education. We basically can get anything we want for the most part. Right now, I'm not gonna ask for anything all crazy, but if I need something for my classroom, I'm able to just put an order and I can get it. I can't say that the same. Maybe that's because I'm in a bigger school district, but that's not the same for smaller school districts in Pennsylvania or any other place in the United States. So that's one thing I can say. I can say that I don't really see that as much, but there's other things that need to be changed that I deal with on a daily basis that I feel like has not been addressed, and I think that's not even a administrator problem. I think that's a bigger problem that I'm not going to say since I'm still employed. But
yeah, because them tweakers is out online ready to shut everybody.
Yeah, because it's crazy because like I know people that be watching my show, and they they say a few things to me. Oh yeah, I watch your show. I'm like, okay. So I always keep that in the back of my mind when I'm on this show, and I'm looking dead at the camera because But nevertheless, I think things need to be changed at the end of the day.
So you believe that, regardless of how you feel about Trump and all that other stuff, you do believe that there needs to be a reform for the Board of Education?
1000%. There needs to be, like, it's a lot of shit happening in schools that shouldn't happen. Kids come to school to be safe and educated. Right? So I work in one of the hardest programs, hardest classrooms, deal with a lot of volatile different things happening in the building I'm in. Some of that stuff needs to be changed a little bit. Not gonna go into detail too much, but I just feel like a lot of power was taken away from the teachers in the school in itself to handle business the way we need. We work there every day. We know what needs to happen for the kids. And the people that's there to get a check, then, this don't concern you. But the people that's really trying to make some progressive change, those are the ones that should be making the change and making the shit work. So,
because 9 times out of 10, it's the teachers that are on the front lines
and be running shit
in these rooms.
Yeah,
the teachers need to be in these rooms, not these administrators. Because what do you know besides your desk?
Right.
Nothing. You don't even go into these classrooms. You don't even ask the teachers, the ones that are actually on the front lines. Thank you so much for your services. The ones that are actually on the front lines, you're not even asking them what they actually need, what changes need to be happening, or even putting them in the rooms to say, "Hey, go off."
Yeah.
You tell them. Yeah. I can't. You can speak to that. You're there. I can't.
Yeah.
But
if you're an administrator and you're not really. And you really don't have your ear to what's going on in your school or what's going on in the classrooms, then you're not really doing a service to the school that you're running. Like, you know what I mean? You need administrators, principals, vice principals in the mix with the staff, with the teachers. You know what I mean? If somebody comes to you with a problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't say, hey, this kid is, bugging out in my classroom. You don't bring them back to the classroom with a snack and a drink, and he just threw a fucking chair. Like, that don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So, but shouts out to the ones that do help. I know some of the times they be handicapped, but shouts out to the ones that do help. And if you're not helping to make things better, to make the teachers' lives better, to make the kids' lives better, then you're doing this disservice to yourself and the title that you have, that you possess.
Do you have any last thoughts on that?
No, I completely agree with what he said.
100%. So, next topic, the vandalism with Tesla. We spoke about this briefly. You know
Wait, what happened?
what they like burning down Tesla cars and they like the dealerships
See, all
and
Cybertrucks
whatnot.
got recalled.
I mean,
Recall,
they're not great.
not all of them. Why?
They said like because like it's
You know the carbon footprint on an electric car compared to our regular cars?
What is it?
It's like I think it's like 4 times.
For electric car?
Yes.
Jesus, it's supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Say that again.
It's supposed to be the opposite. Like electric cars supposed to be better for the community, better for the environment.
Well, you know, they said if everybody in the world had an electric car, the electric grid couldn't handle it. Like, you know.
But they want us to be so futuristic.
Yeah, and, you know,
The
global
Jetsons.
warming and everything.
The Jetsons.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
So the question was like, how do you feel about the vandalism that's been going on with Tesla? Just to give you more context, like, you know, Tampon Tim Walls, you know, crazy. He was, I don't make the policies.
He didn't make that name.
Yeah,
Somebody.
I just go with the flow. That's what they calling him. You a governor talk about he want tampons and men's bathroom and all that. Like, I'm not for that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was his whole agenda. Like, yeah, he wanted to put tampons in the men's bathroom, so that's they call him Tampon Tim. You said it.
Okay. It was a question. He's a Democrat, you know.
It makes sense.
Yes, it does. Perfect sense. Like, what do you mean? Tampons? You're a woman at the end of the day. Like, you were a woman. You still got a coochie. You still getting periods. Stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me.
Talk about it. There you go.
I'm just saying. Stop playing with me. Like,
That's
stop
how I
playing
feel.
with me.
You know, I try to be politically correct,
Stop
but
playing.
hey,
And then
Politically correct, but say
it's
tampon
just
Tim.
like,
that was crazy. That was all right.
it was.
All right.
I'm just saying though, like, what are we talking about right now? Are we saying men are men or men are women? Like, and it's like, I get that y'all are really trying to turn, like, they are really trying to turn y'all into women.
Feminism.
And I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and then even, I heard something about how they were talking about, you know, toxic masculinity. It is not that. Because 9 times out of 10, whenever you have a man in his feelings, it's not toxic masculinity. It's toxic femininity. That's not a masculine trait to be in your feelings like that. That's coming from a woman. And then we got all these single mothers and single mother is so great and no, baby, go find your dad. Go find that baby dad. Go find that baby dad. We need y'all. Please start being dads.
Take care of them kids.
Real talk.
This is not
a stab at women. This is the stab at men more importantly because
men.
I made a stat last week where it's just like the government is taking care of single women and then realistically messing up your mindset, making you strong, independent woman, but you got
Uncle
a broken
Sam
family.
Is they baby
You know what I'm
daddy.
saying? Yeah.
Listen, that started in '68 with the Welfare Act.
Uncle Sam
crazy.
is their
Started.
baby daddies,
She
and y'all
said
wonder
it.
where
She said it.
that's where the dismantle of the black men started. Y'all out. Uncle Sam, man, he paying for the bills,
Yep.
so I don't need you. You don't pay my bills. You don't do nothing. You a broke ass nigga. What? Babe, you're wrong.
I love it
You're
because
wrong.
you're a black woman, and I feel like it needs to be said because I feel like a lot of black women feel like it's an attack on them.
It's not.
And it is not that. Like, it's really an attack on men for real.
It's
like,
an attack
because the
on-
men
it's not
are
even
not
an
doing what they're
attack.
supposed to be doing.
It's more so of a realization that as black people, as a community, get the government out your shit. Like, please, please do for yourself. Build for your own family. It don't matter what that man is doing or not doing. Please do for you. Welfare is not the answer, babe.
No,
Trust
it's
me.
not.
Because then you're gonna be stuck.
That's a fact, and that's what they want you to be. They want you to be reliant.
Stuck and dependent.
They want
I
you to
don't
be
need no
reliant on them.
man and this, that, and the third.
You don't need no man, but you're relying on Uncle Sam. That's still a man.
It's time to get your car fixed, or it's time to protect the home, or it's time to, punch somebody out in the face at the bar. You know what I mean? For disrespecting you, like you need a man for that, yo. So
And you do.
All right, so this wasn't a question, but since you're here, abortion, your thoughts on it, the whole Democratic ploy and all of that, making that the front center of their campaign and everything like that. What are your thoughts? You might as well get all the way into it.
Okay, so black women specifically never even asked for abortion clinics to be in our communities. We never even asked for that stuff back in the day. Because what we wanted was fair health care. We
Say it again?
wanted fair health care. We wanted proper health care, actually. Just take care of us when we go to the hospital. Not just, slap something on us and to tell us to go on about our day and then we dying at home.
Or say your pain tolerance is a little bit more than the other people.
Say that. That's why I don't give us opioids. I'm just telling you. That's why more of their culture is addicted to the opioids than black people, because they pushing it on y'all, but they don't push it on us because our pain tolerance is y'all can handle it. You can handle it.
That's crazy.
Which I do believe black women are stronger. But to your point, I get what you're saying.
No, I'm going to be real. I mean, we've had to be stronger, but I'm going to be real.
Okay.
That mentality left me a long time ago. I don't need to be no strong black woman for nobody.
Right.
Maybe I got all these black men around me. Y'all going to do this shit. Because I don't need to lift a finger except to take care of your hair, baby. That's it.
I love that.
That's all I'm here for. That's truly all. I'm here to nurture you. That's it. All that, I mean, now, I can get violent. Don't get me wrong. And it'd be fun sometimes. But at the same time, I have to just learn to truly just like sit back and just sit pretty, because y'all got that. I don't have to beat that. It don't matter where I'm at. I have run into so many situations where I have, somebody was trying to attack me, whether it be a black person, white person, don't matter who it is. And a black man was somewhere in sight. Like
nah.
I got this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna just cheer you on the whole time, because at the end of the day, like you don't have to be no strong black woman. That is so dead. That mentality is more so to continue to put more on you that you already can't handle and figure it out. No, babe, you figure that out. You figure it out. That's why I be like, when they say, they want, black people to be in these rooms so we can fix the racism. No, I didn't even create the racism. You figure that out. Then you come to me with the plan, and if I like it, yes. If I don't, go back to your goddamn drawing board and try to fuck again. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not doing it, and I don't care what room I'm in. A lot of white people, they do actually listen to what I gotta say, and if you don't, tough titty, because guarantee you're gonna have to face that problem sometime in your life.
Absolutely,
you are.
Absolutely. So you don't agree with the whole?
No.
Okay.
Why do we need abortions? For what? For what?
She said it.
For what? Well, I mean, my thing is like, at the end of the day, be responsible. I don't have kids, and y'all done tried me, but I don't have kids for a reason, because I'm careful and I'm not playing. You want to play them games? You're gonna be a single father, and I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be the baby dad, and you're gonna really see how that feels. And it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, stand your ground, baby. It is your life, not his. So, y'all got to be a little more stern. Not only that, stop playing with yourself.
That part.
Stop playing with yourself.
Maybe you should start.
Or start. Do that instead of. Like, stop having kids. And even black men, man. Y'all just be nothing in anything. Stop it. Please, have control over yourself. And not only that, but semen retention is very much good for y'all. Your life will go on longer.
Yeah.
Read up on semen retention.
There's real shit, man.
Like dead ass. Stop beating your dick all the time. You don't have to get a nut off, and it's not going to clear your head. It's not going to clear your head. If you keep that inside, you will start to actually realize a lot of these women don't got nothing but some coochie.
Right. Once you get over the sexual and the lust part about somebody,
a lot of people don't have much to offer.
This ain't even there sometimes.
Once you hear somebody's mental, you be like, why did I like you in the first place? Like, you're lost for real.
Yeah.
And but that's what it is. But everything, especially nowadays, because everything's so sexualized, right? Especially internet, TV, whatever. But yeah, once you get past that, you'll be a better off person. Going to the gym, going just your day-to-day life, like, things just get better naturally. So firm believer in that. That was a great answer. Great take.
We ain't never asked for abortions in the first place. So to have all of these abortion clinics when, I mean, black women are the highest in fertility and what's that? Hysterectomy. Why are we getting our organ or our reproductive organs removed from us? And what are y'all doing with them after the fact? That's my question.
Nah, yeah, that's been a big thing too.
Whoa. One more time. I got to make you repeat yourself. After you get abortion, what?
No, not the abortion. After you get a hysterectomy, like what are you doing with my reproductive organs? Because they're going somewhere.
Or even when you give birth, like all of the stuff that comes out with it. Like, what are you doing with all of that?
Afterbirth. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say,
that's
like,
for me to keep. That's for actually, to be honest.
But they be saying, "Oh, we got to throw it away this time the third."
No.
But
You
yeah,
think they be
no,
throwing
you're
it
supposed
away?
to give it back. You're supposed to get that
that
back.
back to yourself.
That's a
Because
fact.
it's from you.
Yeah.
Right.
Give that back to yourself.
They use it for research.
That's why Black women go through. That's why a lot of us women, I'll say in general, women go through postpartum depression because your hormones are out of whack and you lost a part of yourself that you need to then give yourself back.
Right. But then the doctors done took it respectfully, sold it,
And said, "Here's
sold
this
the
medicine."
parts, sold the liver, sold the heart,
Well,
did
the
all that
doctors are the
stuff.
biggest drug pushers around. They talk about drug dealers.
I'm talking about drug dealers.
You know, who done got everybody hooked on opioids? I'm just saying.
I forgot I had that in the stat. I should have been.
Nah, that shit is real
I
though.
forgot I programmed that. But yeah, that was.
it's crazy.
Man, yo, you're dope.
Facts.
You're dope. I just want to say that. And to know part of it too, that I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I have a lot of unorthodox and a lot of cringy thoughts and everything like that. But it's good to hear, like I said earlier, a Black woman just explaining it with a real life opinions, real life thought process, you know. And then I hate when people are like, oh, you don't have kids, well, you don't understand. Well, no, that's exactly why I don't have kids. You know what I mean?
Because I do understand.
Right, exactly what this whole situation is like. You know, yes, a lot of things happen, but there's still a moment in time where you can correct it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, we all make mistakes, but you know, I don't want to get too deeper into it, but you get what I'm saying. Where it's just like, yo, you have to take responsibility. Don't wait till the last minute to make a change and all that stuff. Start creating families and not broken homes. You know what I mean? So especially for the culture, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just
And if y'all want multiple people, baby, do it. I'm gonna be real, do it.
yeah. You got one life to live.
I am
Into
a
poly
polygamous
relationships.
woman. Yes, I am. So I've dated married couples. I've dated, I brought a man that I was dating and a woman that I was dating together, and we was all in a little throuple.
Okay.
But my thing is be honest. Be honest. Like, y'all aren't honest enough. Like, if that's what you want to do it. If you, as a man, you like, damn, I got these two women, you know, what am they both bring different things.
Nah.
Set them the fuck down. Set them down. Like, have a conversation with each of them first, and then just like, look, hey, you know, I love y'all both. I don't think that I can choose. I don't want to choose. Be honest. If you're honest with yourself first, honest with everybody else,
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
It might could work out in your
Nothing about
favor,
that,
but
right.
when you be
You
lying,
never know.
it's when you
Setting
lying
yourself
and you're
up for
stretching
failure.
yourself. Yes, and then your energy is all misplaced. We
you
feel
fucking
that.
hard, fucking
Yes,
hard,
we
all
can
that.
feel that. So whenever a woman be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Nothing.
We're not asking you because we want to know. We're asking because we already see it, babe. We see it. We just want you to tell us. And if you lied, then it's
Niggas be having mood swings too.
y'all
Nah,
do.
but-
Y'all kids, right? Y'all got y'all cycles.
Yeah,
Real
that's
bad.
hilarious. That is hilarious. That's as real as it's going to get.
Yeah, for real.
Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your
Yeah.
relationships. Be honest with your partner. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you only got one life to live.
Uno.
It is yours. Don't let nobody judge you for it. Nobody take nothing from you. Like, it is what it is. You like what you like. And
Yeah, live your authentic self.
yeah, we spoke about that early in the show. Just being authentic, being naked outside, like not naked, but like, you know, whether you're
Literally
fat,
being
slim,
naked.
strong, whatever. Just
Raw, real.
you are who you are. You are who you are, player. That's a Jay-Z verse. No matter where you go, you are who you are, player. That was one of my mom's favorite verses too. So shouts out to her.
Shouts out to her.
Facts. So so yeah, any last thoughts, any last comments, any last anything?
No, well, yeah. you know, like you said, show up as yourself, you know, be you. Don't try not to react off of other people's energy unless it is a positive energy, you know. Then you know you can collab with some things, but at the end of the day, you know, not everything is about the negative. Like, absolutely acknowledge it, but don't take that in all the time either, you know. Just be yourself, live life, be
100%.
great,
And that's how we close it.
and heal.
Oh yeah, please heal.
Heal.
Oh yeah.
Don't be out here damaging people. You know what I'm saying?
Therapy is free a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's free.
You're responsible for your happiness.
That part.
Nobody else.
Absolutely.
I think I took that from Will Smith, but yeah, I mean, he might not be the greatest example, but he's. I mean,
Because he ain't honest with himself.
Hey, close the door on that one. You gotta close the door.
yo, but y'all knew what I meant, though. You know what I was trying to get to. So, before we close out, shout out your tags, your location, where they can get haircuts, locked up, whatever they need.
So, best barbers in the city. You can come down to Ayers LLC. We're 6467 Frankstown Avenue. We got 3 barbers, 2 stylists, Loctician, all of that. My Instagram is Torie_duh or your fave_Loctician. I'm sorry, your fave stylist. On Instagram and TikTok. Facebook is Torie Jeter. Y'all see all my reels everywhere. I'm sure they'll be posting them. But yeah, tap in.
And that's TORIE_DUH, right?
Yes.
TORIE. I had to get corrected earlier. So I'm correcting y'all when y'all spell it, all right?
Torie duh.
Yeah,
Listen, we appreciate you for pulling up. Definitely pulling up. You dropped some excellent gems, and I can't wait for y'all to see this.
Right, 100%. And make sure you go like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? Just keep us in the algorithm. Keep us moving. You know, we've been doing really well. We had like 70 friend requests from like Africa.
Yeah, I seen that. Like, world shop. Like, yo, who this?
It's been getting a little
tapping in.
crazy. You know, they tapping in overseas. Like, that's what the stats say. You know, it ain't us. We ain't just making that up. So.
No, facts. I seen that. I went to holler at you about that, but nevertheless, but we off this one. I'm Chaz.
I'm Kay, and our special guest today is
Torie.
You already know, y'all. We out of here. Let's go. Let's go. It's fire. Money. We need a picture.